Hello?
Yes, sir.
NPS is done.
No, sir, not written.
That is what I'm asking.
Ah.
So today we will try to at least finish two topics, NPS and WMI filtering, so that we can start a third paper from tomorrow.
Okay.
So basically, NPS, why we use NPS, we use to secure network connections. Like for example, network settings. For example, like firewalls, antivirus, or you can say updates, spyware. Happen why it's not hearing. 3. Okay. So NPS is a role, that is network policy server. So inside NPS, you are going to configure something called NAP, that is network access protection. Now, why? What is exactly NAP is? To protect against third-party tools and all. For example, like if you want to install any third-party application or any cracked softwares, what is the first thing we need to do is we need to turn off firewall, then we need to turn off the antivirus. Those things are required. Now, to secure your network inside a domain, you need to make those firewalls and antiviruses on for the clients. So in that situation, you need to do this NPS configuration so that if any client turns off firewall or turns off antivirus or spyware, then it will detect and it will automatically turn it on. So that day we have done the remote access part. At that time, when we try to logged in through remote access by the with the help of client, you have seen that we cannot join it because we have a limited access. So what we need to do, we need to go to the user, dial in. Inside the dial in, we need to give access. Then only we could get the remote access. Otherwise, we couldn't logged in. So that is a part of NPS. But that means it will check whether you are eligible to for the full network access or you are not eligible for full network access. So according to that, it will give you the permission. And one limitation is there, that is it's only done on 2012 server, not on 2016 or 2019. It's only for 2012 R2 server and it is limited to Windows 8. It cannot be done in Windows 10. So in order to configure this, I have already got this NPS. Just launch this and I will check.
ये फेल और क्लस्टर क्या है यार, हमारा को भी है क्या टॉपिक है?
क्या क्या क्या?
फेल ओवर क्लस्टरिंग
हाँ,
है नहीं यार?
फ्लेल ओवर क्लस्टरिंग आपका थर्ड पेपर लास्ट टॉपिक है, वो बाद में आएगा.
और ये लोड बैलेंसिंग, लोड
ये
बैलेंसिंग
सब ये सब कुछ थर्ड पेपर में है. ADCS, ADFS, साइट्स एंड रेप्लिकेशन, लोड बैलेंसिंग, फेल ओवर क्लस्टरिंग, 5 टॉपिक है, वो बाद में आएगा. So first of all, we will just join this Windows 7 to our DC. It's already joined, I guess. Let's see. Okay, it's not joined. So first of all, let's join this line to our domain. All right, until this gets restarted, let's start this configuration. So what we need to do, we need to first go to add roles and features. Next, next, next. So from here, you need to first install network policy server, that is NPS. So how you will get from here, this is the NPS part, network policy and access service. So you need to install this. So tick, add features. After that, next, next, next. Just keep it as it is. Don't need to change over here. Next, install.
तो इसको 8 ही होना है विंडोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम नेटवर्क पॉलिसी को
हाँ
नेटवर्क पॉलिसी को विंडोज 8 ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम और 12 सर्वर होना चाहिए
हाँ 12 एनपीएस आपको अगर करना है तो वो सिर्फ 2012 में ही होगा. कॉन्फ़िगरेशन 2012 में होगा. इम्प्लीमेंटेशन किस में होगा? विंडोज 8 8.1 तक होगा, उसके ऊपर नहीं जाएगा.
विंडोज एक्सपी से लेके
हाँ,
विंडोज
विंडोज
8.
एक्सपी, विस्टा 7 जो है, सर्विस पैक 1 जितना भी है, वो सिर्फ लास्ट 8 विंडोज 8 तक ही जाएगा, उसके ऊपर नहीं जाएगा.
मतलब उसको उतना ही सपोर्ट दिया है.
हाँ, उसका इतना ही सपोर्ट दिया है. Okay, so you can see the installation has been done. So close. Now how to get this? So go to tools, go to network policy server over here. Now this is your dashboard. From here you are going to configure your network access protection. So how to do? Here you can see it is written configure NAP. So we need to click on this configure NAP. Here you need to assign by which configuration you want to do with this NAP. So we want to go with a DHCP. Napping will support with the help of DHCP. And if you want to give any policy name, like whatever you want to give, you can assign it here. There is nothing you can do. Whatever you want, you can write it, or you can keep it as default also. There is not an issue. So I am going with the default. Next. Radius client, nothing to do with this. Just go forward. DHCP scopes, you can either add it here, that in which scopes you want to implement this NPS infrastructure. So either you do it here or you can do it later also. So we will do it later. Next, machine groups, no need to do. Just go forward. Here you need to assign something. Remediation server group. That means you need to create one group over here from where you are going to, from where your NPS will work. So click on this new group. Give any group name like NPS group, for example. Add. Now friendly name will be as same as your computer name. Always remember. Friendly name is same as your computer name. So my computer name is DC. So provide the same name along with your server IP and click on resolve. Done. Next, click on OK. Here also click on OK. Our group has been created. Next. Now this Windows Security Health Validator will get installed, and this is only the main thing of entire NAP. Here only you are going to keep the policy that what are the criteria which NPS will check. So next and finish. So our NAP has been done. Now let's go to the policies here. In the left side you can see policies. So just expand. Under network policy, you will see the few things is created. NAP DHCP compliant, NAP DHCP non-compliant. So basically these two are the main thing. Compliant and non-compliant. And non-NAP capable means if that system is all the criteria are never fulfilled on. Whatever the criteria has been given by the network policy server, all those criteria are not fulfilled, then it is not non-NAP capable. It will never get any access only. So basically what exactly the difference is, if it is NAP DHCP compliant, what is the meaning? The meaning of this is, if I go and show here, settings, NAP enforcement, here you can see under NAP DHCP compliant, it is showing allow full network access. That means what? If a system fulfills all NPS criteria, whatever the criteria is given for the NPS health checkup, all those health checkups has been successfully verified, then that system will get full network access. There will be no limitations. But if any client doesn't fulfill all the criteria, in that scenario, that system is going to get limited access. So when we were doing the remote access part, at that time, why that user is getting blocked because of the system, because it was not updated or some problem was there, and also firewall was off. So for those kind of problem, it was blocking. So what we need to do, we need to go manually and give allow access. So this is what it will check. And so where you are going to give the criteria, you need to go to network access protection over here. You can see configure system health validators. Click on that. Again, it will come Windows security health validator. Click on that. Again, it is going to come something called settings. So click on settings. Here you are going to get default configuration. So double click on default configuration. These are the criteria which it will check. So first of all, I will show you here Windows XP, Vista 7 and Windows 8. Till Windows 8 it supports. And here you can see these are the health validators which will validate systems condition. First is firewall setting. Firewall is enabled for all network connections. It should be enabled. Next, antivirus settings. An antivirus application is on and antivirus is up to date. It will also check whether antivirus is up to date or not. If it is out of date, it will fall under non-compliant. Spyware protection, same conditions. It should be turned on and it should be up to date. Next, another condition is it should have an automatic update settings. It should automatically update. That means your Windows update should be clear. If there is, if your Windows updates is out of date, it's not installed the latest version of updates, it will fall under non-compliance. So these are the criteria which will check by the NPS server. So for our demonstration, we are just going to take firewall, because we are not going to install any antivirus or anti-spyware or any updates or anything. So we will just test with our firewall setting whether it works or not. So I'm giving NPS criteria as a firewall is enabled for all network connection. If any system tries to disable the network firewall, NPS should automatically detect and it should turn it on automatically. So let's create it. Okay, done. So from here we have already configured. Now we need to configure what? We need to configure our environment. So for how to do that? First of all, go to tools, group policy management. So here I want to implement my NPS policy to our users. We have already one OU, and inside that OU we have already have a users. Just a second, wait. Got a call. Okay, so all right. So now what we need to do is, here we need to assign the policy. Now there are a lot of policies that you need to assign over here. So before that, what we need to do is, first of all, we will check. Go to users and computers. Now the computers, we have two systems. One is Windows 10 and one is Windows 7. So what we need to do is, it is only for Windows 7 or till Windows 8 highest. So what we need to do, we need to separate this. So in order to separate, we need to create one OU. So create it, let's say NPS clients. Now what we need to do, we need to move this client Win7 computer to this NPS clients. So now what we can do, we can implement our policies. So go here, just give one refresh. So we have got our NPS clients over here. So create one GPO. Let's save NPS policy. All right. So now how to configure? So right click, edit. So it's a computer configuration. We need to go to the policies. Now here we need to give a lot of policies. So just focus, okay? First of all, go to Windows settings. Then here you can see security settings. So we need to go to security settings. Now under security settings, you will see here system services. So under system services, you have to search for network access protection here. Network access protection agent. This you need to enable it. This is the first policy that you are going to give. So double click on this. Define this policy, make it automatic startup mode. Then apply. This is the first. Next, at down you can see network access protection over here. So expanded network access protection. Then you will get a NAP client configuration, just expanded NAP client configuration. Under that, you will get enforcement clients. So under enforcement clients, you will see DHCP quarantine enforcement clients. So double click on this and make it enabled. So till now, 2 policies I have assigned. Now what we will do is just close this part. Now one last policy that we need to give that will come under administrative template. So expand administrative template. Next, Windows components. Let's see whether it is here or not. Here you go, network access protection I can see. So here I need to enable this, allow the network access protection client to support. So enable it. It's currently disabled, so we need to enable it. Apply. So these 3 policies we need to assign. After this policy only, it will start working. And again, after that, one more policy is there. That also we need to assign it. So here, if you guys go up somewhere, it should be there. Okay. It's under system. So under Windows component, we have already given. So now what we need to go, we need to go to our system part. And under system, I have to search for something called system security system, where it is. It's not there. To go to Windows component only. Here you go. Under Windows component only, I will get it. Here you can see security center. So here there is one other policy that is turned on security center domain PCs only. So double click, enable it. So total 4 I have assigned. So I will just remind you what are the configuration that I have turned on. First of all, I have done inside Windows settings, then security settings. Inside that, system services, I have gone to system services, then search for network access protection agent. This I need to make it enabled and automatic. Second, what we have done, went to network access protection in a same log in under Windows setting, NAP client configuration. Under enforcement clients, we have gone to DHCP quarantine enforcement client. Here we have enabled it. After doing this, we have went to administrative template, Windows component. Here we have turned on our security center, that is turn on security center part, and network access protection. These are the 4 policies that we have done. Okay, it's disabled, make it enabled. I forgot to do it. Done. Now what we need to do, we need to go to our NPS and just log in with any user. Let's log in here like this. And here I need to assign group policy update. So GP update /force. So our policy has been updated. Now let's see whether our NPS detects firewall or not. So what we will do, we will go to firewall setting. Here it's currently turned on. So what we will do, we will try to turn it off and let's see whether it blocks or not. Whether it automatically detects and turn it on or not. So let's click on OK. Now let's see. So now as you can see, it's not working. It's not getting turned on. The reason is behind this is we didn't mention any DHCP for which DHCP this NPS will work. So for that we need to go to tools, DHCP. So as per your criteria you can enable. So for my demonstration I have only one scope. So here right click, go to properties. Can you see here network access protection? From here it is see disable for this scope. Right now it is disabled, it is not enabled. So we need to enable it. So just click on enable for this scope, apply. Done. Now this is for individual scopes, like there are a lot of scopes are there for which department you want to enable, you can do it by right click on the scope. But something criteria came there, you need to do it for all DHCP, not one by one. So in that scenario, you just go to the IPv4, right click on it, properties. From here, you can give enable on all scopes. If you click on enable on all scopes, it will be enabled for all the DHCP scope which you have created. If you want to go one by one, then you have to go by scopes. So now I have enabled. So let's see. Just give one more time GP update. It's not turning on, so I will just do one thing, sign out and sign in once. It's not implementing. Just check whether DHCP is working or not. Yeah, it's showing it's implemented, but still it's not coming over here. Okay, so what is the problem? Let's see. Everything is given, but still it's
Check the LAN segment.
LAN segment सही चल रहा है वो तो अच्छी नहीं है ज़्यादा पिंग ही तो नहीं होगा भाई सही है सही है ये मैं फिर भी यहाँ पे ट्रांसफर एनपीएस पॉलिसी नहीं जा रहा है। ओके, यहाँ पे एक इशू हो रहा है, अनआइडेंटिफाइड नेटवर्क दिखा रहा है। अप्लाइड ग्रुप पॉलिसी ऑब्जेक्ट सिर्फ ये दोनों ही अप्लाई हुआ है सिर्फ। इशू इधर है, आ नहीं रहा है, यहाँ पे ट्रांसफर नहीं हो रहा है। So GP result space slash R is used to check what are the policies that has been implemented to this system. So as you can see here, applied group policy object, software policy and folder direction is applied. And one is default domain policy where there is no policy is there. Nothing, it's blank. Also, you will get information like user is a part of what are the users and organization. Here you can get it, all the information. आ क्यों नहीं रहा है, क्या हो गया? Okay, एक काम करते हैं. I will do one thing to show how it works. I'll go to group policy management. In default domain policy only, I will do it. But actually, it should be created inside that OU and then you should apply the policy. But to show how it works, I'm doing it over here.
नहीं तो एक बार विंडोज 8 में ट्राई करके देखो। ऑलरेडी इंस्टॉल रहा तो होगा इसमें।
मैंने इंस्टॉल नहीं किया विंडोज 8 शायद। क्या है नया? अभी enabled है। विंडोज कंपोनेंट सिक्योरिटी सेंटर, यहाँ पे भी ये भी ऑन है। ओके, ये मैं थोड़ा चेक करके बताता हूँ, ठीक है, ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। तो आप लोग एक बार ट्राई करो, यू ऑल जस्ट प्रैक्टिस वंस दिस पार्ट, सेम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, सेम स्टेप्स, यू डू इट, देन चेक इन योर systems it's happening or not,
Okay.
because it should happen, because there is all the configuration I have done is the correct only. Here also it's enabled, everywhere it's enabled, but still it's not implementing. Some VM issues is coming, I guess. Also is enabled. Try to do this, okay? Then let me know whether it happens or not. All right, so this is what NPS part. Now let's do the WMF filtering. So WMI filtering is nothing but it's a Windows management instrumentation. So why we use this WMI? So that we can implement policies as per OS level. That means what usually what we do, we keep policies according to the users. That means maybe no matter what operating system that user is using, whether Windows 10, 7, XP or 8 or whatever, if I'm assigning for group policies for users, and so policies will be implemented only for those users, nothing difference will be there. But when it comes under WMI filtering, that means you are giving policies according to the OS level. That means you are filtering the OS. For example, there is a group like HR, and in that group there may be a lot of users are there, and in that, and all the users are using, they are not using only one OS, they are using two OS, that is Windows 10 and Windows 7. So now there is a criteria that you need to assign group policy only for Windows 7 who are using, not for Windows 10, but they are in the same group, but you need to implement. So in that scenario, what you are going to do? How to configure this? So first of all, to do that, go to tools, users and computers. First of all, you need to separate those client systems where you are going to implement WMI filtering. Not only that, just go to HR, whatever the users are there, that's it, no problem is there. So when you implement it, you need to create one queries. What query? Go to tools, here only I will show. Not here. Under group policy management, you can see here WMI filters. So here I need to assign some queries. So what type of query I need to assign here? If I go to Google and if I search WMI filtering codes, you are going to get all the queries. So here you can see as per the OS, you are going to get all the queries. It starts from XP, Vista 7, 8, 8.1, 10. For servers also it's available for domain controller, non-domain controller. According to the server operating system also you will get all the queries. So all details are here. So for our thing, what we can do is we have two operating systems, one is 7 and one is 10. So what we will do, we will create one policy that only users who are using Windows 10 should get the policy and the user who are using Windows 7 should not get the policy. So how to do that configuration? So first of all, in under WMI filtering, what we need to do, we need to create one filter. So right click, go to new. Under new WMI filtering, just give whatever you want. Like for example, Win 10 policy filter. Under queries, you need to add it. So add. From here, I need to copy. So let's see, we have 64-bit of Windows 10 operating system. So I will select this query. So copy over here. So what this query will do, this query will separate Windows 10 so that whatever the policies you are going to assign, those policies will be implemented only to Windows 10. It will not provide on Windows 7. So click on OK. On OK. Save it. Done. Now what we need to do, we need to go to HR department. This is the users. So I need to just go to the policy, whatever policy you want. Like for example, I will create one simple policy. Let's say user policy. It's already there. I'll just create one sample policy over here. Okay, so policy I have created. Now what we need to do, we at down you can see WMI filtering is showing. So I have to attach this here. Windows 10 policy filter, I need to attach it over here. Then the policy will be assigned. That means this policy what I have assigned is only for Windows 10 systems, not for Windows 7 or XP or anything. So how we can test it? So let's go in both the systems. I will just log out from here. So first of all, let's see over here. So let's log in. So we need to give GP update. There is some problem with the connectivity. Here it's saying the processing of group policy failed because of lack of network connectivity to a domain controller. Okay, let's see. What happened today? Today simple policy is not also not getting applied. कुछ इशू है VM में. User policy could not be updated successfully. So can you see NPS is working here?
Yes, sir.
This is what NPS. So if configuration was correct, but there is a issue with the VM network. So it will automatically detect NPS and it will automatically turn it on. So this is what happens for other policies also.
What you have done, sir?
I have
Before-
just changed this LAN segment.
Ah. Yes, yes, yes.
So it is working, but here there is some problem is coming. Let's see why this WMA filtering is not working.
Okay.
So it will work. There is no need to worry. But if you do in your systems, it should work. Maybe there is some issue with the VM network or something. That's why it's not getting implemented.
Mm.
But it will happen. So here it's still in unidentified network. It should be a domain name.
Mhm.
Okay, at last. Now let's see. So now you can see here my control panel and setting is blocked. Now I will log in with the same user in here. You can see it's already logged in. So what I will do, I will just update here also once more. GP update. And let's see whether that policy is implemented in here or not. Because I have given to the user only. You can see control panel is opening, but here it is blocked. But I have logged in the same user. But it is restricted. Why? Because of the WMI filtering. So if I want to reverse this thing, I can do it. So what we can do, if I want to reverse, let's create one more new, and this time I will do it for Win7. That means only policy will be applied to Windows 7. It should not apply to Windows 10. So add. Let's go to Windows 7 part, 64-bit, copy, paste it over here, save it. Now what we will do, under user policy 1, instead of Windows 10, I will filter as Windows 7. On yes. Now just go and assign GP update both the systems. So now here it should get blocked. See, there is no control panel here. This time I have done reverse. That means for Windows 7 it is blocked. But when I go to my Windows 10, I can see it's not blocked. That means what? My server is applying all the policies according to the Windows. It's filtering. So is it clear, everyone? What exactly WMF filtering is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So due to some network issues, it was not happening at the previous, but all the steps are correct. So I have just changed my network over here. It is working. So now your second paper is finished. Practice, check by today if you find any doubt, or else if you find any doubt, tomorrow we will rectify it. If you don't find any doubt, we will start second paper from tomorrow. Third paper from tomorrow.
Third paper. Okay.
Yes. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, 3 days are left. Another 3 days. Okay. By next week it will be over. Third paper. Okay then. So bye.